Welcome everyone to episode 4 of this Alfa Romeo career mode. Last time out we did not have a good result in Australia. That was a really difficult race, but we're hoping to turn our fortunes around today. And first of all, we will start with a snippet of what is to come for our future. Here we go guys, we're going to offer Dennis Hauger a contract for our reserve driver position, replacing Kubica obviously, who is same rating, very much older though. Let's offer this contract, see what we get. There we go, accepted. Probably offered him a bit more than we really needed to, but I'm happy with that. There we go. Only 1 million. And boom, Dennis Hauger is now an Alfa Romeo driver. Welcome to the reserve position. We'll definitely get in for some practice at some point soon. So with the idea of having our driver newly in and young who wants to perform well, I thought it would be a good idea to increase the experience gained at a race weekend. So this is weekly experience gained, not the weekend. And so we're going to upgrade our race simulator. We have a bit of money to play with, 9.4 million. There we go. I'll have a quick look and see if there's anything else we can upgrade. So another cheap one I've just found is the hospitality area. As you can see, looks like 1.8 million, and it puts our team attractiveness up, which is definitely something we need. If long term we find that Dennis Hauger is maybe not quite ready for a seat, but we need a driver that's going to step in to replace possibly Bottas if he's aged, or Zhou if he's not performing, then we need to have a good looking team, and this is how we're going to do it. So I think that's going to be it for our facilities. 7.6 million is what's left. So I think the next thing is to kind of jump along the calendar and see if we have any events just before the Imola Grand Prix. You can see right here guys that we've unfortunately had the vote go against us for the minor technical changes, so we're gonna have to work on the car for next season. I'm not going to start the research yet. I'm quite intrigued on how we can do well this season. You know, we aren't obviously going to fight Mercedes, but we can do 4th position. I think that's a realistic target, so we're going to still do some effort in that. We're probably going to wait until more halfway through the season before we do research. So yeah, I'll come back to you guys because we're going to actually show some developed parts we're working on. So here we have guys the design parts. We have an underfloor and a front wing design. What I've done is I've decided to manufacture some of the underfloor so far. Can't do the front wing yet because we're actually developing some suspension parts. That is, sorry, not developing, that's just manufacturing. That's just to make sure we have enough in case of any damages that we have during the races. So what I'm going to have a look at is just designing a few more parts, and I'll show you which we're going for. I had a look at the few designs that we could do. Because we don't have any hours and days on the time we can use in this section or period of the development, I've just put it on our rear wing. What we're going to do is when we get the new period for this, I'm going to put a lot of focus into a brand new chassis. Before just now, we're just going to develop this rear wing. Hopefully that won't take too long. We'll put 6 of them in, 38 days. Yeah, you know what, let's have a rushed approach because we know we're not using too much on this. And there we go. So that's the part done. Let's move on to the Grand Prix weekend. Here we have it guys, time for the Imola Grand Prix. We're just going to, as usual, put our performance targets in. Still happy with an reach Q3 and reach Q2. Not going to, oh actually sorry, we will do, I keep always thinking it's going to be fastest lap. I think we're going to go for 8th again. We'll go 2 drivers in, wait, what about if we did 2 drivers in 10th? We actually get more money. I'm going to go for that risk. I think we can get Zhou. We know Zhou can go quick. We've just had some issues last few races with that. Obviously our finishing position streak did end because of Australia, so we have to restart that one. But I think that's looking pretty good to me. So yeah, as usual, we'll get into the race, and not the race, that'll be qualifying for you guys. I just need to get through practice, make sure we've got some great setups for the guys. Once again, all through practice, we've been very consistent. Practice 2 and 1, we were in the top 10, obviously nearly first. We were 3,000ths off that. Nothing to really tell on that one though, obviously. And then practice 3, just dropped off a little bit as testing other kind of bits and parts. So we'll get into qualifying. I just need to have a look at adjusting things ever so slightly because we are not within that 90% range that we want to be. I would rather be at the 90% mark. We're just trying to adjust parts. Not too extreme, but I think we might have to be a little extreme. So we'll go with that for Bottas. Don't want to mess about with 89%, and this one's a lot closer. It looks to be just that traction that's off a little bit. So we'll go with that, and we'll just see if that has enough of effect. In the first set of laps, the guys in practice were doing 116s. That's the top guys, I mean. Our guys weren't quite that fast, but let's see where they come. A 116.2 for Bottas. Where can Zhao go? It's a 116.6 for him. That is some decent times. Leclerc just getting past Bottas as traffic. Let's just have a quick zoom along to see where the others come out, just so you guys can see kind of live. So they're now doing 115, so we are a way bit off. But ultimately, we're still in a decent time, within a second for Zhao. So let's just kind of get to the end, and I believe we're going to be safely through this one. So I had, in fact, sent Zhao out for another lap just to try and get him safely in. He didn't improve. Bottas we left in the garage. You know, I'm comfortable. 0.766 is enough of a gap to get us through. As you can kind of hear the cars coming by. We'll skip it along, and we'll see that we're absolutely through. There we go. So Q2 next, and this one will be a little trickier because Zhao has not been performing quite to standards. So we are coming to the end of Q2. I actually sent Zhao on an additional lap to test a setup change, which didn't come out too well. It did improve his time a little bit, but it's left him without tyres to really compete. We sent him out after Bottas in the hope that we can use DRS and just use that little bit to pull him along. I don't know if it's going to work. This is getting very close. The checkered flag is out now, so he has put us to the driver, so I'll quickly speed that along. I think we might have just made it. Oh, this keeps coming up. It's still a little bit of a glitch. Don't know why it's coming through. Ignore. Go on, guys. And there we have it. Zhao and Bottas are through 7th and 10th. In actual... Oh no, Ocon is ahead of us, so he is safe from dropping now. That is really good. That is a first, I think, unless in Bahrain we did get them both through, but we are both through to Q3. Let's make sure we get some phenomenal laps in this last session. Here are the first laps of Q3. Thought I'd go on to this one just now because these could be the crucial ones, although Russell's just held up Zhao there as the third driver through as he came out the pits. Hoping then maybe Zhao can get a better time out, but let's just see what times come through because these could be the crucial ones. Bottas being followed by Leclerc. Bottas does a 116.1? Have a quick look. A 164, so it's a phenomenal lap from him. That is the quickest he's gone so far. Zhao has done similar times to what he did, so even though he got a little bit held up, wasn't too slow in the end. But we will have to send them both out on extra laps at the end. So we sent them out as last minute as possible here. We sent Zhao out as the first driver for the first time of these 3 sessions in qualifying. He's done well in the first sector, middle not so much. Bottas not really managing either. We'll just stick on board with them to cross the line. We'll go on with Zhao as he's the first one through. Doesn't look like... Oh, Hamilton does just push Bottas down, so it could be a 6th start. Can Zhao put himself up past 10th? It's all over the place, this stuff. There we go. Finally crosses the line. He doesn't... Well, he does improve, but not enough. And Bottas doesn't improve either. Ocon, I don't think will improve enough to displace anyone. Let's have a look. No, he doesn't. So there is confirmation, guys. Bottas 6th, Zhao 10th. A really consistent performance for Bottas across all the races of having been, I think, 5th, 6th or 7th. I don't think he's deviated from that. And Zhao has generally been 10th or 11th. So really good stuff. Consistency. And if we can keep them both in the top 10, hopefully we can make up for our performance in Australia. This is our strategy, guys. As you can see, we are starting in the hard with both drivers to then go onto the soft. This was the optimal strategy that I could find. The only difference is that we have altered when we pit. So originally the stops had us a lap 48, which pushed the hard tyres just that little bit longer than I would have liked. So what we've done is we've narrowed that to Zhao going in lap 45, Bottas going in lap 46, and ultimately that's actually just a few seconds quicker than the strategy we originally had. So I'm hoping this is going to be the key. I hope we'll see other drivers on the strategy, otherwise we may be a little bit of a disadvantage being on the hard tyres this high up the field. But let's get into the race and we'll see if this was the best call ever, and I'm hoping we could definitely get a top 10 with these two.
Quite a few clouds overhead as we look at the lineup on the grid. there's Valtteri Bottas. A top 10 position today, but will they be able to capitalize on it? And there's Joe, down the grid. Not as close to the front as they might have wished for, but we know the race order can change a lot during those first few corners. The race start is mere seconds away. The crowd are on their feet in anticipation of this, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix.
The race is underway.
And away we go.
Come on, Crofty, you know it. Lights out, away we go. Bottas not in the best position, being for the outside of the next corner. Same with Zhao. Let's go on board with them. Just have a quick look, see how he's getting on. He has taken Hamilton. Is it permanent? No. Can he get around the next few corners? I think he can. He's going to keep pushing. Let's go back on board.
Nice work.
That looks like Verstappen being forced out by Perez. He has been. And we are still alongside Hamilton, I believe. Have a quick look. No, he is behind now. There you go, confirmation there with the replay. We won't watch it because we're just going to stick on board to see if he can also get past Verstappen. Zhao also battling Ocon for a position. Really good start up into 5th. And there's Zhao, wheel to wheel with Ocon. Can he keep it around the outside? He does, I think.
Keep pushing, Joe.
Come on, Zhao. Absolutely phenomenal stuff here. Can he take that inside line of the chicane? Does it work? It's kind of working. You know what? We're going to put him on deploy to help him continue this pass. But let's go back to Bottas, who's losing a bit of time. He's also going to have to go and deploy if he wants to keep up with his top runners. If we can stay with them in DRS, we can tone it down a little bit. As they come through now, I can't believe Perez got ahead of Verstappen. I don't know what he was doing there. But there you go, look at that. He's following him through. He wants to take that dirty air and use it as a slipstream. Zhao does get past Ocon now. Let's go back to Bottas, who's in a more crucial position currently. Perez going for that inside. Is he going to actually take Verstappen? He does it. He just slows himself down. Puts him into the firing line of a Bottas, who's only 2/10 behind now. You can actually see Zhao as well is closing that Toronto. Oh, Tsunoda's off somewhere behind. Don't know where that exactly happened, but he does seem to be back on now. Here comes Zhao. Look at that. Really pushing the Alpine now. Gonna turn him down to neutral. Just let him battle a little bit. Bottas, however, I'm going to keep on the deploy because he needs that to keep up with these guys, and he's pulling the gap from Hamilton just ever so slightly. We'll switch him up to aggressive, oh, sorry, not aggressive, to attack, which is not what he was on. Zhao still doing a great job here. He's going to have Ocon for company behind. As you can see though, Bottas, he is right on there, and he might get an attempt into turn 1. That ERS deployment's still on. I'm going to turn it off now, back to neutral, save it for later.
DRS enabled.
But he is still right there. Can the slipstream give him any benefits at all? I don't think so, not especially while they're going into battle. But he is right there, and that's what I need him to do. I just need him to stick with it. Zhao, again, also losing a bit of time to, is it Russell and Alonso who are battling ahead. They're battling quite hard. So we're going to turn him up to deploy. Who has gone off? Oh, it's Bottas. Bottas has gone off. And battling Hamilton now. He's got a lot of catching up to do. Let's put him back on deploy. Let's just have a quick look what happened there. It must have been just a quick run wide. Yeah, it's just... Oh my god, guys. My thing is froze there. Sorry about that. We've just completely missed it. I do apologise. We've had a crash. We've had a crash. This time we might be able to see what's happened.
Now let's look at this. The focus on Tsunoda.
So in actual fact, in practice, he went off here as well. That's the exact same crash. He does not like that corner. Bottas having a lot of work to do now to catch back up. Going to tone him down to aggressive so he doesn't use up the tyre because he is close enough for DRS.
These tires to last. All good.
Zhao I'm going to put down to standard because he's well within the range as well. We're going to have to turn them down, both down to neutral now as well. The ERS cannot be used up that much. So here we go. Let's stick on board with him as DRS opens. Surely Verstappen will get past Perez here. Perez got nothing going for him. Will we also get a move though? Bottas is thinking about it. He's really thinking about it. He's going to go for the move on Hamilton. Verstappen. He's forced onto the grass, but he doesn't give up. He's still there. Will he get a final move into the next set of corners? He doesn't. Verstappen does his usual, getting in the way under braking. And just further behind, you can see Zhao hasn't got past either. He's stuck in a little battle there. They're pulling away from that battle behind. Meanwhile, Bottas just not able to do that on Verstappen. Perez doing really well to defend as well, but surely it's not going to be kept that way. This order will change. I can't see anything but Perez losing out. We've lost a bit of time to the top two. The Ferraris getting away there. Perez going very defensive into the chicane. So a quick look at Zhao. We're going to push back Zhao to attack.
You can push.
I want him to really attempt into the first corner to get past. Same with Bottas. I know he can do it. He nearly did. He was so close to getting past Verstappen. Let's just keep an eye on this now. DRS wide open. You can see Perez still defending. Let's go on board, see how close he gets. I don't think he's going to make a move here. No attempt there. Let's go back to Zhao. Again, almost in identical positions there. Hopefully can attempt it back in the first sector where the DRS zone is. I don't think he's going to really get a move done here. Such a difficult part of the track to get any overtakes unless a mistake is made. Both drivers slightly closer than they had been previous lap. Obviously this is when I start to push them. So hopefully someone can attempt something. But Hamilton is closing on him as well. I think we may be susceptible to have to defend. Yeah, it's looking like it. Hamilton real close now. Let's just check on Zhao. Yeah, neither driver able to make a move. Just had a look and I've noticed, I believe Hamilton's on the medium tyres. So is Alonso. And so is Leclerc. That surprised me. But what I have noticed is, on tyres, we have really used up far too much compared to those medium guys. So, gotta be careful of that, because ultimately then our strategy is null and void if we can't be longer distance than a medium tyre. You can see the last laps, everyone about the same, no difference there. It's just no give, no leeway in overtaking because it's just DRS trains at the moment. And I wasn't even cutting because I didn't see it happening, but Zhao was being overtaken by Ocon. I didn't actually see him move into that position. What a move that was, and he's now dropped down to 10th. I gotta give Ocon his credit there. That was really good. What he had done for the last couple of laps is pushed them down to neutral, kind of setting a standard setting on the tyres, because we can't be losing too much time to get to our pit stops. Obviously a long way, still got like just under 40 laps to go to our pit stops, but the trains have not really stopped. You can just see that because we're not pushing the drivers, the tyres and the gaps, sorry, not the tyres, the gaps is what I'm referring to, have just started to increase. And there you go, Bottas moving out of DRS range every so often now. I don't think we're going to be able to hold on to this. Just going to have to play that long distance game. If we have a look at the guys around Zhao, Ricciardo's on soft, Ocon on mediums. It's not many on the hard tyres, so that'll be why we're struggling in that sense. I think it's going to be a case of coming back and seeing where we can get to midway through the stints. So I just come back with a little bit of an update. Bottas obviously has now fallen off the back of those guys. We knew that was going to happen. The car is definitely not as quick as those in the Mercedes and the Red Bull, and especially the Ferraris. Christ, they're gone in the wind. So he's fallen off a little bit. We're just kind of keeping that as a standard now. We're going to save his ERS a little bit because we know the Alpine can be quick, but he's got a nice 6-second gap. Zhao, in a similar position, has fallen off the back of that group. Most of them are on mediums. Obviously, the Mercedes is only one on the same tyre, but we know the Mercedes is quicker. So again, we've lost a little bit of time with Zhao. Not a lot we can do at this point. Ricardo, who he was battling, has pitted. He was on the softs, so we know the softs can only go 15-16 laps. That's kind of what we're looking to do, is about 16 laps, just a little bit more, I think. Kind of just got to get through this bit. Probably actually save some ERS for him as well, because he's got a 7-second gap to Norris. Yeah, it's been not as entertaining as Australia. I think that's the only way I could describe Australia. Still bitter about that one. But yeah, it's gonna be a long one, and it's definitely gonna be key about when we pit or if we get a safety car. Zhao just going a little bit wide at a point we weren't pushing him at all. He's just kind of gone over the curb. Well, it wasn't too bad. I don't think he lost very much time there. Just to make sure you guys still see a bit of this. So you can see Bottas and Zhao still running kind of in clean air. Bottas being caught by Russell at a fair pace, but still 3 and a bit seconds gap. Zhao is just kind of managing his gap and keeping that 10th position. So ultimately, it's still a double points finish is what we're looking for. Whether that's in 6th and 7th or, you know, 5th for Bottas, we'll see. But yeah, we're just kind of running this out and seeing how we get on. Bottas had a little bit of a battle with Leclerc after he had his pit stop. Leclerc I'm referring to rather than Bottas, and so it did keep our gap to Russell just that little bit above 3 seconds for a little bit longer. Can still see it coming down. We've still got about 15 laps till our own pit stops. Imola not being the best track for overtaking, but still quite an intense one. 5th and 8th at the moment, but strategies are all over the place. I'm not quite sure if some are on 2 stops. We have a look at Bottas now, and you can see that Russell has continued to close that gap. 1.4 seconds now. He is a man on a mission looking for a top 5 place. We are slowly getting closer to our strategy stops. Lap 45 is when Bottas is to be pitting. We have got ERS to defend, but the question is whether it's worth defending. Personally, I don't think so. I think if we can continue to have this position, it'll be good. But ultimately, we're probably looking at being dropped by Russell, even with a defense and ERS. Maybe we can time it so that we use it only on that straight where the DRS is, because I don't see Russell getting past us anywhere else. We'll kind of review it again when it comes to battling it out. Decision time. We are coming into the last sector where DRS is going to be used. We're going to go defend.
Tsunoda off track.
I'm not even going to bother looking at it. Tsunoda has done that so many times now. Christ. Right, there we go. We've gone defensive just a little bit. Just for a quick brief moment to give us a little bit gap. Russell is going to be steaming along. You can see that even with the ERS defense, he's gained 2 tenths, maybe 3, possibly 4 tenths, 5. Oh my god, that's 5 to 6 tenths he gained. Yeah, Bottas, you need to be on the defense now. I can't risk pushing him. 43% is too much on these tires. I believe, yeah, Alonso has just got past Zhao. Again, it was not one I was willing to fight. Got a long battle ahead of us. We still got another, just, what was that, 24 laps to go, maybe 25 really. And Bottas having to defend from Russell coming through that fast left-hander up the top of the hill. Yeah, I think we're going to have to look at having a bit of defensive cover on the straight. I don't know if it's going to be enough though, because Russell is all over the back of us on every corner. You can see on the side that Ricciardo's in for another pit stop. It's such an odd strategy. Same with Albon. They start on the soft, so I wonder if they went soft, medium. Seems to have really pushed them down, but here we go. We're going to go defense on ERS. Can it be the game changer? He's not even pulled a gap using ERS. So I think this could be the moment for Bottas where he just can't hold it anymore. What are you going to show me, Bottas? He's sticking to the middle of the road, trying to give Russell nowhere to go. And it's worked. It's absolutely worked. Russell might, though, still attempt it further round on the lap. He tried it a little bit earlier up the hill when we come round this next corner. There you go, Bottas straight into a defensive position. I don't think he needed to do it, but he's sticking to his guns. Russell not giving an inch left or right. He's so close to attempting a move. Bottas doing a fabulous job in defending fifth, but Hamilton is steaming along as well. Keep using that word signal. That is going to be the phrase of the day, steaming along. And there we go, Bottas being overtaken by Russell. Can he keep the position? I'd rather he concede a little bit to get DRS. He's not going to concede though. He's going to try and fight for it. Now we're going to have to use it as an overtake option rather than a defensive.
Remember to use overtake. Copy that.
Here we go. I think Russell's going to have the DRS. He does. We are going to be so slow in the straight line. And I think that's going to be it. We have conceded that position down into 6th and most likely will be down into 7th in just a lap or so. So as predicted, get to a lap later and Hamilton has breezed past. Not even a bit of fighting from Bottas. He couldn't do it. P7 still feels like a safe position, but Alonso is on that alternative strategy, so I think we're going to end up having to come back to Alonso, although he is on the hard tyre. So advantage should be on us if we're in the soft tyre position. So that's just confirming Zhou is in his pit window. Bottas obviously going to lap 46, Zhou 45. Then we're going to have to get to there. Let's have a look quickly at who is around Zhou tyre-wise. So Gasly, Norris, Ocon, Magnussen, all on hard tyres. Is that Gasly right back? No, it's not Gasly right back. We've just overtaken Tsunoda, who's trying to get back past. He's on soft, but the game doesn't really allow unlapping, unfortunately for him. So yeah, so Gasly and Norris both will have to pit as well. Ocon though, he's on fresh hards, Magnussen on fresh hards. How far behind are they? Not far at all. So we're going to have a lot of work to do to catch back up with them, but we will be on those soft tyres.
And boxes then.
Confirmation then that Zhou's pitting this lap, and there you go, you can see they try and unlap themselves and it just kind of automatically pushes them back. Bit of a weird one, maybe they'll change that. I don't know though. It's not something I've seen really discussed. I wonder if it's very hard to code into the game, but we'll see. And confirmation that Bottas will be going in the lap just coming up. Zhou still battling with back markers. Quite funny to watch, to be honest. There you go, watching them just try and do it. Let's hope Zhou gets a good pit stop here. Norris still to come in. Ocon's already been in for his pit stop. Gasly still to come in. Magnussen has been in for a hard set of tyres. We're not going to come out ahead of Magnussen, but we will have a lot of work to do to catch him. Come on, guys. It's slow. Come on. 3.1 though. They're getting better. They are getting better. Magnussen has flown by. We've got the Ferraris actually coming. Oh no, this is not going to be good. I don't want to be lapped. I didn't even think we were in contention for being lapped. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. It's going to make making positions a bit tricky. Just going to have to hope he can keep up with the Ferraris and then use them to slingshot if they're catching quick enough.
Yeah, copy.
Oh, quite frustrating that. I had no idea we were even in contention for that. I hope Bottas shouldn't be. Bottas should be able to keep his position, but those Ferraris are going ridiculously quick. I hadn't even thought about that possibility. So Zhou, not in the best of races, has been a bit of an inconsistent performer, but I'm hoping we can develop him into a really good driver. An awkward angle for the pit stop, 3.2. Again, not the best of stops. We should come out ahead of Ocon though. Keeps us in 8th and on the charge towards Alonso. Let's just see. Well, maybe not. Is he gonna get overtaken? I can't see it. Is Ocon overtaking us? And why is... Oh, Christ, Bottas. Watch where you're going. Right, so let's push him on aggressive for those tires. We need to catch up.
Push.
And you can see this... Oh, sorry. Wrong thing. This is where we're going to have issues. Zhao is obviously keeping up with the Ferrari, but he's not going to be able to overtake him. Sainz is pitted, so that gives us a little bit of an advantage. Hopefully, Leclerc does the same. What tire is he on? He's on 68% hard, so I don't think actually he is going to pit. So I'll just go hope that Leclerc is going quick enough that it boosts us along. What kind of times is he doing? 119s? So we'll definitely take that. I actually might as well tone it down because there's no point in us pushing that hard when we're not going to be allowed to overtake. Bottas, on the other hand, right behind Ocon.
Lift off.
Should we need one? Russell is in the pits. Ooh, are we going to get a chance to overtake? Oh, and is he already... Yeah, he's already coming out the pit lane. I don't think we will. But we're going to be mighty close to maybe challenge, maybe? Will it be too much? Ooh, it's not quite enough. Is Bottas going to get past Ocon? That's the first challenge. He attempts it. Turn 1, turn 2, into turn 3. He's still pushing, and he does get past. He is past in front. Can he keep it, though? Zhao gets the fastest lap of the race. Probably hanging onto the back of Leclerc helps that. And there we go. Bottas gets on through, so we're going to push him on the fuel.
Position gained for Alfa Romeo.
Zhao, just going to keep an eye on him. Yeah, I think he's just going to have to stick with this and hope we lap people. Where are we on track? We are 7 seconds behind Magnussen. We're closing down. Bottas has moved up into 8th. Going to be battling Russell for 7th. Really, we both need to be catching up with Alonso. That would be key. Just check on the level of tires. Not really going to give us an idea yet. I imagine we could maybe put a challenge in on Russell into this first corner. Are we a bit too far back? Let's have a look. He did gain about 7/10 on us in that section of DRS. Bottas now getting the fastest lap of the race. He gets mighty close, but he's not going to be able to overtake him there. But I reckon give him a lap or two and we're going to be challenging him. So Bottas is all over the back of Russell. I'm going to actually tone it down just to standard to see if we can do it without that, because we want to make sure the tyres, as the engineer said, make them last. Here comes Bottas well early into the DRS zone, and that wasn't even a slight issue. He did that with ease.
Good job.
Gonna use it again. He came steaming on past. The Russell, a few laps later, has now come back to attack us, and we've got traffic as well. I'm hoping this doesn't go against us having traffic here. They have got better at making the move out the way, and there we have it, steaming on past. I'm gonna stop saying it. I've really got to stop saying it, but we're gonna be so weak to the attack. I'm gonna put him on defend, see if we can do anything here. Both on fresh tires, but like we did to him, he's come alongside early on in the lap.
Anything can happen.
Nothing we could do there. We could still attempt to go for a move on him. But Russell has got a Mercedes, you know, big cheer in his better car. I don't think Zhao's going to really do much. Zhao is finally catching Magnussen, so we might get a point because he's going to be forced out of the way when we get past. Because he's going to be forced to slow down for Leclerc, and then hopefully we should just be able to, you know, take that position easily. But Zhao has been stuck to the rear wing of Leclerc the whole time. There's nothing he can do. As soon as he gets alongside, it just slows him down, and there's Magnussen. And Zhao, come on, you know you can do it. You've been behind him the whole time. At least a point would be good. I don't think we're going to gain 16 seconds to Ocon up the road. Not unless Leclerc's a masterclass or moves out the way. We're just waiting for him to make a move. I'm surprised. Maybe it's because I'm not pushing him that he's not going for an aggressive move. Yeah, you know what? I could get away with it.
Push hard now.
The thing is, Magnussen may get DRS from Leclerc. So we're going to have to do a little bit of work here. Magnussen on hard tyres though. Us on softs, and we're on a decent softs. They're not that worn yet. He does get DRS. Is Zhao going to have enough in him to get alongside? I think Magnussen's being too defensive. Look at that, Zhao was thinking about it out of turn 3. Doesn't get the move done though. And you know what, we may have to go for some overtake on ERS. So here we go, next time around, let's use some overtake, let's make this done. And Bottas and Russell still battling away. But let's stick with Zhao for just now. Crucial to get another point on the board. And clean as you like, straight on through to 10th. Now is a catching game for him to see if he can get back onto the back of Leclerc. Back onto the back of Leclerc, yeah, that makes sense. And see what he can do to just stick with him. So one good thing for us is that as much as Bottas is now right behind Russell, we are now also catching Alonso. Looking to see if we can take that what would ultimately possibly be 7th position if we can't get ahead of Russell. But if we can get ahead of them both, that's a cheeky little 6th place, as Bottas tried so hard to get past him there. Is he going to make another attempt into turn 4? Surely not. Surely too far back. He is. Let's hope we can catch onto the back of Alonso and just make this a 3-way battle, or a battle that slows down Russell. Once again, the DRS straight being our best friend, but now Russell has got DRS on Alonso, so we're just pulling us both really close to him. 5 laps to go. No, surely Bottas is not going to go for an outside the move. He's going to try it. He's going to try it. Turn 3. He's still going around the outside. I'm sure he's going to get boxed in with Alonso in front. No, he's not even considering that. Is Russell sure he's still going to come alongside the 6 corners they've been battling for? Now Russell's the one being slowed down by Alonso. Are they going to go 3 wide? No. But Russell's still on that defensive position on the inside. Let's go on board. Bottas not giving him an inch. Accelerating up the hill now. Where's Russell? He's still alongside.
Well done.
Too early to be saying well done. It's not over yet.
Alfa Romeo
Bottas just keeping his front wing in front there, side by side. I'm going to go for a bit of overtake at the end of this one, just to give him that boost. Hopefully Alonso doesn't box us in. That's been the key issue with 3-way battles, I've noticed.
Overtake.
Yeah.
There we go. But he is going to be boxed in. Oh, Russell moves out the way. Come on, Bottas. Oh no, wrong thing. Where is he going to go? He can't go anywhere. He can't go anywhere. Can he get an attempt though into turn 4? He can't. He cannot do it. So we're going to skip along. We're going to get to the next straight just so we can get into this action. We've had a crash. We've had a crash. Oh my god, we've had a crash. Who's crashed? Bottas is ahead. We're going to put him on deploy. We're going to put him on push. It's only Vettel. It's only Vettel. He's in an Aston Martin. That's all they do. The crucial part here now is getting away from Alonso. We don't have much ERS, but I have just enough to use.
3 laps to go.
3 laps left remaining. Can he stay ahead? He does stay ahead for this lap. We're going to have to hopefully use ERS to keep ahead. Keep on the deploy. I'm actually a bit stressed about this. Alonso, he needs to be our blockade. Last time we absolutely hated him. He is our enemy. But yet we may be using our enemy against another team. Alonso going defensive early. Bottas trying to pull that gap. He needs to be a second ahead, and we're getting so close to that now. Nearly there. 9.83. 1 second. There it is. Come on, Bottas. Keep pushing that red and white beast. Fuel being pushed. Aggression on the tires. We've got that gap now. Can we keep it? The top guys are on lap 62. We're not yet. We still have to get on to lap 62. So 2 laps to go after this. Zhou, you can just see on the sidelines, is 11 seconds behind 9th, 5 front of, I was going to say, atop of 11th, in front of 11th. So he is safe to get a point. Bottas, however, is in dreamland in 6th. Russell has now got past. He's now got past. We've got 2 laps to go. You know what? We're going to go attack. We've got to use up these tires. Oh, I've just forgotten about Zhou being on push there for his fuel. That's an issue. Russell has closed a gap, though. Oh my god, I didn't even notice. He is pushing hard as well. This is going to come down to the wire. ERS not really in a good place for us. Actually, I'm just going to stick Zhou on conserve the whole time. He's got plenty of space behind. I can't take my eyes off this one.
We need lift off turn 1. Lift off.
I think the race is... No, the race isn't over, but we are on that final lap. The checkered flag is out for them, but we've still got a lap to go. Russell not able to get into that DRS range. We just need to hold off. We just need to hold him off. I don't want any mistakes from Bottas. 38% tyre wear. Still enough to get through this. Zhou will cross the line and finish the race at the end of this lap because he is a lap down. So Bottas still powering on. He's got just enough fuel.
All good.
I think he has this, but we can't take our eyes off this one. If he makes a mistake, that could be it. 6th place, though, is a good 8 points, and it's 8 points we need. Obviously, yeah, Mercedes have really got us on that battle for a 3rd place in constructors. We were being a bit unrealistic to get that. But we can definitely keep doing what we're doing to cement a 4th place. The Alpines in 8th and 9th is 4 points and 2 points. So they still lose out by 3 on us.
Drive offline, save fuel.
There we go. Zhou has finished the race and Bottas hasn't. He's still kept a good gap and I think he will keep this. We're just going to tone him down to standard. I don't want any mistakes on the end.
We need to get these tyres to last.
Yep.
We're near there. Actually, the fuel as well. The fuel is so close to the end. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that.
A little bit of lift off.
Managing everything to get to the final line. 2 quarters to go. 1 quarter to go. I think Bottas has done it. I don't see any issues there. He is going to cross the line and secure 6th place in front of Russell.
That's the checkered flag.
What a race that was.
Great race.
Did not expect Bottas to beat Russell in the end. There was a point where Russell was a lot quicker than him. And for some reason, though, on the soft tyre, Bottas just had enough in him to do it. What a race that was. Really makes up for Australia. As much as there wasn't as much action, of the finishing positions we get there is great. Confirmation there then that Bottas 6th with 8 points, Zhou 10th with a point. That puts Zhou just above Pierre and slots him in 8th. Valtteri continues to be in 6th. That's obviously because it's a Mercedes ahead of him. He's ahead of George Russell still, which is quite impressive. And ultimately did gain more points than him, as we were talking about that battle there. So that is really good. You can actually see as well that nobody outside the top 4 has had a podium. Nothing. Those top 4 are just in a world of their own. In the constructors, nothing has changed other than the fact we continue to pull our gap on Alpine. McLaren haven't even scored a point, and I know from my own career mode that I have, the McLaren are expected to get 5th, so that's quite poor for them. Here we are back on the home screen, just an overall picture, as you can see, of where we're at in the whole championship. Alfa Romeo 4th there, and the drivers looking pretty tidy in 6th and 8th. It has been such a performance there, Imola. Obviously, not as many opportunities for overtaking, but still a really great race. And you can see Miami is coming up in 11 days. And down the side on the upcoming events, you can see we've got a few bits coming that are going to be manufactured. So the underfloor is the crucial part. That's the part that we designed. And we're going to get that just before we go into Miami, which is great to see. So we'll have new parts. We may even give Dennis Hauger a bit of test time in this one. And our aerodynamic testing period ends, so a new one begins, meaning we can design a new part. So I hope you guys have really enjoyed this video today. I know I have. Make sure to leave a like. It really helps the video out. And I'll catch you guys for episode 5 next time out. Take care, guys.